Hey y'all, hey, it's Tamika with Bougie Flame Bath and Body, and today I'm going to show you how I get my soap ready for shipping, what I do to it to make it look nice and clean and professional looking before it's sent out to you. So let's get started. So the equipment that I'm using, this lovely wooden object that you see right here is called a soap planer, and it can be purchased from CDASoapworks, and I found it on Etsy. She is a local soap maker, but she sells this tool, and this tool helps you to plane the soaps. You're going to see how I do it. So I'm going to just stop talking and let you see what I actually do. And the soap that I'm planing today is the luxurious shea butter soap. Well, it's the double butter soap, but I call it shea butter soap all the time because shea butter is the number one ingredient in this soap. What? Unheard of, right? So, my number one ingredient in here is shea butter. When you buy shea butter soaps, you normally see shea butter probably, let's say if there's 12 ingredients in the soap, you see shea butter like toward the end before you get to the additives and all that good stuff. I made it a point to make sure that my shea butter soap was actually made with more shea butter than anything else. So the first ingredient in my soap is the shea butter. The next ingredient in it is olive oil, coconut oil. Then I have some mango butter. That's where I get the double butter because I use mango butter and shea butter. And then I have avocado oil, castor oil, and rice bran oil in here. And I also use a couple of additives. I use Carolyn Clay, colloidal oatmeal, and coconut milk. So I'm going to get started, and then I'm just going to tell you a little bit about some of the things that are in the soap. So let me make sure my tool, I cleaned it earlier, but I just want to make sure it's ready to go. Okay. So when I make my soap recipes, like it takes me time to test them and come up with something that, because once you make, this is cold processed soap. So this soap has to sit and cure for about 4 to 6 weeks, right? Before you sell it. I personally use it before that. You can use it before that, but it's best practice to not use it so soon because you don't want the soap to melt down as quickly, right? So I test out the soaps right after I make them, probably about 3 days after I make the soaps. But I found that in doing that, the soap still, like, I need to wait as long as I make the customers wait, basically. So what I did is when I made this particular soap, I waited, I tested it. I had some other people test it out for me because I wanted to make sure that the soap was actually moisturizing and that it was soothing on the skin. And I finally got a recipe together that I liked, that did everything that I wanted it to do. So some of the ingredients, I'm going to go ahead and get started doing this. So you'll see that I'm going to go across each side of the soap because I don't know if you can see, but I mean, you can sell the soap. I can send it out just like this. There's nothing wrong with it. But these little jagged edges and stuff like that, it's just not cute. And I don't like it. So I'm going to take some of that off. And I try not to take too much off because I want you to get all the soap. I don't want you to get a skimpy bar of soap. So anyway, so this is what I do first. I take it and I go across that way. Then I flip it over and I run it across again. And what I'm running this across, guys, is an actual blade. You might not be able to see it, but there's a blade on here, like right there. And you have to be careful when using this so you don't cut yourself. But as you can see, just those two little passes that I did, you can see that the edges are straighter. So then I'm going to go to the sides and I'm going to do them the same way. So you can see. So like I was saying, so my soap has some very amazing properties, right? So I wanted a soap that people could use if they were suffering from eczema, rosacea, irritated skin, all kinds of stuff like that. So I chose the ingredients very wisely that I used in here. So you see now, you see how that looks. And then it's a preference if you want to do this part of the soap. I do it just because, hey, I've done everything else, so I might as well do that part too. And that's all it is to it. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just cleaning up the sides. Okay. So on to the next soap. So I chose the shea butter, of course, for the moisturizing properties in shea butter. Everybody knows that shea butter is super moisturizing, super soothing on the skin. So to complement the shea butter, I also chose mango butter, which has, some of the same properties. But then I chose the oils that I chose for different reasons. Like, say, for instance, the avocado oil, I chose that because avocado oil is good for dry, itchy skin, and it's also good for aging skin. And as I get older, I like to choose things that are helpful to my skin, because aging skin is a thing. Like, that's why it's best that you start a routine when you're young. You're never too young to start a skincare routine. I was never really that person who had a routine when I was younger. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, I washed my face, but I didn't do the moisturizing. I didn't do all the toning and stuff like that. I just never did that. And I would encourage you to do that, because as you get older, like, I can see my skin has changed, definitely. From how it looked in my 20s. Like, I don't really, I mean, I don't see any wrinkles or anything yet, thank God. But I mean, I can see, like, I noticed, like, under my eyes, I notice from time to time when I look, I'm like, oh, is that like some circles trying to form under my eyes and stuff like that? So you do get to see your skin change as you get older. Thank goodness for good genes. I don't have any issues with wrinkles, and I don't want to get wrinkles. So I try to choose oils that are good for aging skin and stuff like that, and that combats wrinkles and stuff like that. So, like, say for instance, I chose the coconut milk. I use coconut milk as an additive in my soap as well, and I pretty much use coconut milk in each one of my soaps. But coconut milk it has high levels of vitamin C in it, and vitamin C helps with elasticity and flexibility of the skin, and it's like rich in copper, and that helps to prevent wrinkles and sagging skin, and also it helps to prevent age spots. So that's a good additive to add to the soap. I use this soap, honestly, I was using this soap and I wasn't even selling it, because I was like, I don't want anybody else. I want to use every bar. So I was being stingy with the soap, but I want everybody else to be able to try this soap and get the same benefits that I get from it. And I'm just going to tell you, I wash my hair with this soap. So I take a bar of this soap, and I had some issues with my scalp. Like, I was having like I think I had like maybe dermatitis or something. I had like really itchy scalp. and I would get these flakes in my scalp, and I was like, nothing is helping with it. I started using this soap on my hair, and I have not had an issue with that since I've been using this soap in my hair. Um, I cannot tell you. I use Carolyn Clay in it. Carolyn Clay is another great additive to use in soap because Carolyn Clay is a natural detoxifier and it's a natural exfoliator, and it also soothes like rashes and irritation. But a fun fact that you may not know about Carolyn Clay is that it can be used as a natural shampoo. Yep. So I just told you something you might not have known. Um, I use it. Some people that have natural hair may wash their hair with clay, so they may already know this. But a lot of people didn't know. I didn't even know before. But I started using this soap to wash my hair. I'm probably going to at some point maybe do a liquid form of this soap, but it is perfect just the way that it is in the bar form. I'll take a bar like this and I just maybe cut it in half. Usually what I do is I take the scrap ends of the soap to use. So I don't, like I wouldn't use a whole bar like this. I would just take the scrap ends and just use that to wash my hair with. So I wash my hair with the soap and I have not had any issues with my scalp since I've been using this soap. I'm telling you. And I mean, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. The soap is doing everything that I needed it to do. And I'm really proud of that. And I'm proud of, just the fact that I can create something that, I can heal myself with. There's so many things out there on the market that say that they'll do this and do that, especially things that say they contain shea butter. Like I've noticed that when they say they contain shea butter, like in lotions and stuff like that, shea butter is like at the bottom of the ingredients. I'm like, I'm not even getting any shea butter benefits from the stuff. Like you're just saying shea butter is in there because it's just everybody wants to be on the bandwagon, but they're not really being honest about the amount of shea butter and stuff that they're using in their products. So I have to create my own stuff. That's just how it is. I know what's in it, and I know what it's done for me. So I can't even, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you that I use like an unheard of amount of shea butter in my soap because I don't care about the fact that when you do cold process method of soap making, usually if you're trying to make cute swirls and stuff like that, you cannot use a high amount of shea butter because the soap will start to get hard on you really fast. So you won't have time to work with it. When I was making this particular soap, I wasn't worried about that. I was like, if I just have to spoon it into the mold, I don't care because I know what the soap is going to be like once it's ready to use. And it's been that and then some. So I said I'm going to share it with everybody else because I had not been selling this soap. What I was selling and still sell is my charcoal soap. But I decided that I needed to go ahead and offer this shea butter soap so that everybody can get get some of the same benefits or see the same results that I'm seeing. But I'm telling you, if you have, and it's unscented, guys, there's no fragrance or anything in this particular soap on purpose. There's nothing in it. So when you buy this soap, I would encourage you to maybe buy 2 bars of it because I'm telling you, you may want to bathe with one and then you may want to wash your hair with the other one because I love washing my hair with it. But because of the properties, like it has antifungal properties in it, the coconut milk also acts as a natural antiseptic and it doesn't clog your pores. So getting older, those things are so important in a soap that I'm using on my face. I'm trying to be a little bit more cognizant of what I'm using on my face. You can use this soap on your face, on your body, your hair, but yeah. So anyway, I'm just rambling, guys, but I wanted to show you this process of how, you see how fast that was? Of how I just make the soap a little bit more neat before I send it out. So I'm going to show you another part of what I do, and that is how I package it into, and I seal it. I'll show you that part in my next video, but that's really it. I mean, how many bars is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's 9 bars that I just did. And this is a small mini loaf. I usually get about maybe 10 bars out of a mini loaf. I'm gonna start making this one in a larger loaf because I will start selling this one in my Etsy shop, and you'll be able to click the link in my bio by the time you see this video, and you'll be able to purchase this particular soap. So, but anyway, that's it for this video. And also, let me show you this part. So after you finish planing, right, when you when you lift up the thing, you can see you have these little soap curls under here because the blade, this is what is shaved off. So you can reuse this. So what I do with these is I save them. And then sometimes when I'm making like a different type of soap, these may go on top of another soap just to make it cute, just to give it a little presentation. But I try to reuse everything. I don't like to waste soap. So even though, and it's not that much, I did 9 bars. So this is all that I shaved off of the soap. And it depends on the soap, because sometimes you can, I'm going to show you guys. You can also, if you just feel like, you see, like, I'm not really worried about this, but if you feel like, oh, this isn't smooth enough, you can actually smooth out this part of the soap as well. I'm going to show you. So what you do is you take it, and you can, I take my hand and I put it on top, and I go at an angle and I shave this part of it off. Let me show you. So I'm pushing, you have to be a little forceful when you're doing it. And I'm pushing at an angle, and now you see how smooth that is? But I feel like sometimes I don't feel like that's necessary because look at how much soap came off. Just me doing that. Now I love these little soap curls. I love these a lot. If I'm purposefully wanting these, I'll take some soap that I have on hand and I'll shave it like this just to get these little curls. But this is, to me, a lot of soap that can be used. So I try not to shave off this part of the soap. I just try to limit it to, you can even shave this side, you know, the sides if you feel like you need to. I just try to limit it to the edges just because I like for them to be smooth when I put it in the packaging. And you're going to see that part next. So thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you shared it. And also click the link in my bio and you'll be able to get you a bar of this soap. Thank you. Take care, guys. Bye.